It was a dark and stormy night in London, and Detective Sherlock Holmes was sitting in his study, going over some old case files. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Holmes opened it to find a young woman, clearly distressed, on his doorstep. The woman introduced herself as Elizabeth Thompson and explained that her husband, a prominent businessman, had gone missing. She was convinced that he had been kidnapped and begged Holmes to take on the case. Holmes knew that this was not going to be an easy case, but he couldn't resist the challenge. He agreed to take on the case and immediately began to gather information. He and his trusted companion, Dr. John Watson, visited the Thompson residence and examined the scene of the disappearance. Holmes noticed that there were no signs of struggle and that the only thing missing was Thompson's briefcase. Holmes knew that the briefcase held the key to the case. He and Watson set out to track down the missing briefcase and find out what was inside. They visited Thompson's business associates and employees, looking for any information that might lead them to the kidnappers. But they were met with a wall of silence. As they delved deeper into the case, they discovered that Thompson had been involved in a controversial business deal that had angered many people. Holmes knew that the kidnappers were likely connected to the deal. But just as they were getting close to solving the case, they received a ransom note. The kidnappers demanded a large sum of money in exchange for Thompson's safe return. Holmes knew that he had to act fast. He and Watson set a trap for the kidnappers, using the ransom money as bait. In the end, they were able to catch the kidnappers and rescue Thompson. But they also discovered that the kidnappers were connected to a larger criminal organization that was planning to use the money to fund their illegal activities. The end.